Good morning. Good morning, good morning. The boss is angry. Pay attention to your lecture. Pay attention. Good morning. Hi. Hi, everybody. How's it going? I'm gonna swap to my actual music and turn off my BGM. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hold on. Let me swap to my actual music. My big boy playlist. Yeah. Oh, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Hello, hello. Oh my god, the chat's all fucky again. Hold on. There we go. Just starting work. Hope you have a good day at work. Looky the progress I've made. It's not much, but it's honest work. I'm not going to today, but I was earlier. This was like, I've kind of remade the model a few times now. Let me see if I can find the other. I kind of changed the face and stuff. God, I have a lot of layers. So yeah, I kind of changed it a bit. Yeah, 5'2" ish. I made Neff myself. Chibi May, it's a pay-to-use model, but I edited the textures and stuff. But yeah, Neff was my first try at a VTuber model. My very first attempt at a VTuber model, and it was also like in 2020. So I've changed my art style quite a bit since then. I'm tiny. I'm so small. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. I need to finish this. I I didn't realize that this convention was so soon. I have to adjust the way this is sitting. Let me actually edit, transform. We'll use the... procrastinating a little. I think if we take this, edit... I just want to specifically select this part, though, so I'm going to have to... edit... Ba-bam. Transform... mesh transformation? Oh, just when you think you're out of. Oh, here it goes, here it goes, here it goes again. Oh, here it goes again. I should have known, should have known, should have known again. I think that's better. Yeah, me too. It's a fun song. I'm gonna have to adjust some stuff. I think I may end up needing to reline this. I'm not gonna lie. Because I've been adjusting it so much, the line art's gotten a bit blurry. That's okay, I don't mind relining it. I should just use vector layers, honestly. They're so much easier. I'm gonna have to pull up my ref of Ashton as well at some point. Hold on. Ashton. Yeah, vector layers are so good. There you go. Oh yeah, this is the pose reference, by the way. I love racing Miku. I'm gonna make sure I like the perspective and stuff on this before I reline it, actually. Thank you. What is this? Oh, why not? I'll listen to it. I feel like every time I edit this, I make Ashton's hips a bit wider. Awesome. Oh my goodness. I need to learn how to use this. This is a really cool feature CSP added, but I don't really know how to use it. Hydra, thank you. I've got hot choco this morning. Although now it's just cold, so I guess cold choco. Hot choco, hot choco. It is. It does seem pretty similar to L2D a little. Yeah, I think I like the fixed one more. Coffee. I didn't feel like having coffee this morning, actually. I usually make myself coffee, but this morning I was not I was not feeling it. Anyone get shaking hands? Yeah. I mean, I don't really. Sometimes I get heart palpitations though when I drink coffee, which might not be the best. Might not be the best thing. I'm also on ADHD medications, which are stimulants. So like the heart palpitations kind of come with that as well. Waiting on ADHD meds right now. They really changed my life, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. It was like, wow, this is how normal people feel on a regular basis. This is crazy. People are able to just like wake up in the morning. Stimulant on top of stimulant? Yeah, a little bit. I like coffee though, it tastes good. How do I take my coffee? I take it with milk and sugar. I don't like cream. I can't drink cream. It makes my tummy upset. And not even like in the like grumbly kind of way, just it makes me feel like throwing up. I don't like the taste at all. But yeah, I drink it with just some milk and sugar. I don't drink it black. I can't. I'm not sensitive to caffeine. It's just like, I don't know. I'm usually pretty fine with caffeine. Genuinely. I wouldn't consider myself sensitive to it, anyways, personally. It's just the ADHD meds mixed with it can make me get I get all shaky. But it's not like all the time. It's only on days when I'm like especially anxious, you know? Milk and sugar, yeah. And what type of coffee? I'm listen, I just use I don't do anything special. I don't have any fancy coffee. I'm sorry. I just use a typical like roast or whatever. I don't know what different types of coffees there are. Instant, yeah, basically. Well, we have my grandparents, they have a Keurig, so we kind of use that. So I guess that is technically like instant. It's not drip. I don't use drip coffee. Yep. I envy people that can drink black coffee, unironically. Oh man, my model's freaking out. 1 second. Let me put my camera elsewhere so I'm not my model isn't as twitchy. That should be better. Hold on 1 second. That should be better. There we go. I'm so twitchy. Yeah, but add salt. Oh. Yeah, stay away from what? I'm curious. Yeah, I both respect and fear people that can drink black coffee. Honestly, okay, one of my roommates that I had in college, who was also my friend, okay. There was one time during exams where she was like, so she just drinks her coffee black, like she always has. Um, and then during exam period, she was like, it takes too long. So mentally ill, okay, this is like insanity. This is what happens when you go to college. So she was like, it takes too long to boil the water. So she just added the instant coffee to like room temperature / cold water and drank it like that. This is what happens when you go to college. She was like, oh, I could be spending the time that it takes to boil that just like drinking it and like getting work done. so so she wouldn't boil it. She just added it straight to cold water, and she's like, she also took like caffeine tablets and stuff like that, which she was like, it doesn't do anything for me. Eyes in the dark with heavy chains over my heart. Like myself at all. Yeah, she was insane, unironically. I love her. I think there was a time where she was like, she told me, she actually told me, she was like, I just tried eating the powder once. She was like, I just wanted to try it to see if I could do that. Is chat delay really bad? Is it really bad? But yeah, she just tried eating the powder once from instant coffee because she was like, I just wanted to see if I could do it, but I couldn't. I'm locked in. Okay. Yeah, she just ate the powder straight up. Like honestly, I respect it. When I look to myself as in somebody else. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. That's good to know. Yeah, no, my friends, I have some insane friends. Like, I have a friend that, like, literally, if you're at the point where you're doing both coffee and caffeine tablets and still not, I mean, speak your truth. Chocolate covered coffee beans, yeah, they're super good. Have you tried like mochas and stuff? Mochas are good. If you like chocolate covered coffee beans, you'd probably like mochas. They're really easy to make. It's 15 seconds? That's crazy. But yeah, I have a friend, another one of my roommates, um, in college. She's a lawyer now, okay? Or I don't know if she's practicing, like a practicing lawyer. I know she's like working at a law firm. She also went into forensics and was like, I can't do this. The smell was too much for her. So instead, she did the next, logical thing and went to law school. And you know what she did when we were in school? She wrote a 175,000 word Detroit Become Human fan fiction. Quite literally. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's about 175,000 words for her, like, Detroit Become Human ship. She's, I love her. Fujo's or something else, okay? Yeah, yeah. It's literally multiple novels worth of like Detroit Become Human fan fiction. It got pretty popular. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, it's probably yeah, truly, truly. Well, she didn't like she was very much like I don't like this game and some of the routes suck, but like this specific ship, like something about it just just sat in her brain. Yeah, so she's a lawyer now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Her and I actually became friends because of Ace Attorney. Well, we became friends because of Love Live, and then afterwards, both of us were like, "Oh, we had both played Ace Attorney like before it had been popular. Like, not to be a hipster, not to be a hipster or to gatekeep, but like I played Ace Attorney back in like 2012 before it got popular. Okay, boomer, fuck you. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? But both her and I in like 2014 or something were bonding over Ace Attorney. How much we like Edgeworth and all that stuff. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, yeah. So the way I played Ace Attorney when I was in like high school, so the first game, it's actually really funny. What got me into Ace Attorney was my IRL bestie. We're still besties. We've been besties for like, God, I want to say 15 years at this point, 16 years, maybe more than that. But we've been friends for a really long time. So she would come over to my house and stuff, and stay for like weeks at a time sometimes. And she had an R4, if you guys know what that is. If any of you guys know what an R4 is, she had one of those and she got Apollo Justice, and that was her first Ace Attorney game was Apollo Justice. And I watched her play a bit of it, like the first case, and I was like, whoa, this is so good. Like I had heard of Ace Attorney, but I always thought it was like, haha, silly lawyer game. You know what I mean? I never really was like interested in playing it until I saw her and she was like, wow, this is really good. So I rather than playing the fourth game first, I started with the first game. And I may have played it not entirely legally. I mean, no, totally legally. I own the game. I own the game a lot now, like on multiple consoles. So I guess I can say I emulated it. The first game on my laptop on the Desmume. I can say I emulated it. I own it multiple times. Nintendo, Capcom, you can come for me. I own it. I own this game now. Yeah, an R4 is like an emulator, but like it has a physical disc kind of thing. I don't think calling it a disc would be fair. It's like a physical cartridge, okay? And you can put it in your DS. And it's read like a DS game, but you just have files for different games on it. Cease and desist, yeah. So that's what an R4 is. I'm not, I own it. I own it multiple times over. Like I said, I've done my due diligence. I'm very much like, how do I say this without getting banned? I'm pro emulation, but if you enjoy a series, I think you should, if you're able to support it, you should. You know, I don't think gaming should be only allowed for people that have the money to do it, though. You know, I don't think that's a bad opinion to have, though. I don't think gaming should be restricted to people that exclusively are able to buy games, because games are so expensive nowadays. You know what I mean? Based, I don't I think it's pretty normal, because I don't think it's fair to make it so that it's like exclusively. Hello, you're talking. Hello. But yeah, I think it's not fair to just be like, oh, you can only play games if you have the money for it. My thing with that is that like if you enjoy the game though and you have the monetary ability to support it, then you should. You know? So that was me with Ace Attorney. It was hard to get a hold of, right? So it was before all the like the ports and all that stuff. So I emulated the first game. And then I got the second game on the Wii. I bought it on the Wii. Did you know there's a Wii version of the Ace Attorney trilogy? Like the Ace Attorney games were on the Wii. Did you know that? You swing your arm out to do an objection. Or you can just press the button. But there's actually like concept art for that, like official artwork for the Wii version. It's pretty cool. Let me see if I can find it actually. Yeah, so I owned the second game on the Wii. Here it is. So here's one of the pieces of promotional artwork. Here's another one. Oh, this Edgeworth is so cute. Look at his dorky little smile. Look at his dorky little smile while he's getting his signature from Powers. Look at him. Look at him. He's such a cuteness aggression. I actually did do that. I did sometimes. So there's that, and then the third game, promotional artwork. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. So I owned the second game on the Wii. So this is also back when never tried. Yeah, the Wii. Okay, my base take. I've said this on Mimi stream. Get a Wii U. They're probably cheaper. They have more games, and it can play Wii games. Well, if you don't have a GameCube, then I guess the Wii is better. Because I don't think the Wii U plays GameCube games. But if you have a GameCube, get a Wii U. And you do that. The Wii U I think is actually a cheaper console. But there's a lot of really good Wii games. Some of my favorite games are Wii games. Like Super Paper Mario. I love Super Paper Mario. Zack and Wiki. Zack and Wiki is a game that my aforementioned bestie and I we played. We played Super Paper Mario together and we played Zack and Wiki. They're single player games, but I was on walkthrough duty when we got stuck. So I had the walkthrough page open. So that's what playing together entailed. I had a walkthrough open, ready to go whenever she needed it. Yeah, zombie U. But no, the Wii U is goated, okay? I will die on this hill. The Wii U is a fan-fucking-tastic system. All right, it has the best virtual console out of any Nintendo, out of any fucking Nintendo system. You can get GBA games, you can get DS games, you can get anything. There's literally DS games on their virtual console. It has the most expansive virtual console, okay, of any fucking Nintendo system, and it can play Wii games. So like, come on. If you don't have a GameCube though, I think the Wii's better. But the Wii U, it plays Wii games and then it has like a bunch of fucking goated virtual console games. Like I will literally, hold on. I've looked this up a bunch of times. Hold on. How many games? 318 games available as virtual console for the Wii U. 318. 94 NES. 51 SNES, 21 N64, 74 Game Boy Advanced, 31 DS games, and then TurboGrafx 16, okay? 33 of those, okay? Get a fucking Wii U. Am I getting a royalties? No, I'm not. Nintendo sponsor me. Actually, I just admitted to fucking emulating games. I don't think Nintendo wants me. They don't want me. But look at all these games. Look at all these. Look at this. Look at this. It's peak. It's Peem. And like the Wii can play. Can the Wii U? I'm not sure. The Wii U might be able to play. I don't think the Wii U can actually play. I don't think the Wii U can actually play GameCube games. The Wii can. But if you have a GameCube or you have a means to play GameCube games, then you don't need the Wii. Get the Wii U. Okay? Like, the Wii U is actually goated, all right? I love her. I will never let anybody hurt her. Like, let me see what games it has. I know it doesn't have many best-selling Wii U games. Super Mario 3D World, I guess that got ported. Super Smash Bros. Wii U, lol. Nintendo Land was actually really fun. I like that game. Wind Waker HD. I don't think that's on Switch yet, right? The Wind Waker HD remake. Pikmin 3, I also don't think is on the Wii yet, or the Switch yet. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, Pokken Tournament, Hyrule Warriors, all that stuff. You can mod a Wii U to run GameCube games? Perfect. Perfect. Fucking, it's not available, but there's workarounds. There's workarounds, okay? I have a friend that, my same IRL friend, she also modded consoles. but she said it's pretty easy to get access to the online store, or to like download the stuff from the internet. But it can, at the very least, it can play Wii games and it can play Wii U games, which is like good. I still haven't finished Wind Waker. Maybe I do that on stream, huh? Sometime? I'm like, I've started a bunch of Zelda games, but I haven't finished a ton. The Zelda games I have, I've beat Phantom Hourglass. You guys know this. I love Phantom Hourglass. I'm Phantom Hourglass's #1 truther. I started Spirit Tracks, but I couldn't really get into it. I missed Linebeck too much. I've started Majora's Mask. I've tried to play Majora's Mask multiple times, okay? But I've never been able to get past the first day because that shit gives me anxiety. I want to play it, though. I want to play Majora's Mask so bad. That game gives me the most insane anxiety and dread I've ever experienced playing a video game. Which I guess is kind of the point. Majora, yeah. I love Phantom Hourglass. I'm Phantom Hourglass's #1 truther, okay? People don't like it because you keep going to the same dungeon over and over again. And like, listen, I get it. I get it. I understand people are afraid of Peak. But like... And the controls. People don't like the controls of those Zelda games, which, like, honestly, I don't blame them. But it was my first Zelda game. Like, quite literally my first Zelda game. I didn't own, like, home consoles as a kid. Nintendo home consoles. The only home consoles I owned were PlayStation. And even as a child, I was too afraid to play video games. Like, my dad would try to hand me the controller and be like, hey, do you want to try playing this? And I'd, like, start crying and be like, no. I was too afraid. I was too scared. I was too scared of dying. And then I got a GBA and I played Hamtaro Ham Ham Heartbreak, and that was awesome. Thank you for the hand stretch. I just didn't like, yeah, that's the thing. That's what people don't like. Phantom Hourglass, do you have a copy of map? It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. I didn't play Trauma Center, but I've been told I should. I've been told I should. Also, hi, Mr. Cooper. Did I miss you? Did you just start talking? Hello. I've been told to play Trauma Center by my lawyer friend. My friend who is now in law. Multiple times. That could be something I stream as well. There's a Wii game, right? So that's easy enough. Hello. Yeah, I've heard it's really good. Hamtaro, yeah, okay. Hamtaro Ham Ham Heartbreak is the love of my life. I love that game so dearly. I've made multiple people play it. I remember when I made one of my friends play it, she was like, my IRL, again, the one that I keep mentioning that I've been friends with for 15 years. I lent her my copy to play, and she's like, okay, like, she wasn't really expecting much from it. When it comes to gaming, she's more of a like actual gamer. How do I say this without sounding like without sounding bad? She actually plays video games. So she's not just like Nintendo. She plays a lot of games. I pretty much exclusively play Nintendo games. Um, but she plays a lot of video games. Like she played like Baldur's Gate, like she was a part of the early access for Baldur's Gate 3 before like it got released and everyone went crazy for it. She was one of like Asterian's number one truthers before the game even came out, okay? She was telling me, she was like, I love this emo, I love this little snotty emo like vampire dude. I think you would like him too. I love her dearly. She's like, they changed him a lot in the like actual version of the game, but she didn't mind it. She said she still liked it. But yeah, she's like an actual gamer, okay? Like she's so when I told her you should play Hamtaro Ham Ham Heartbreak, she was like, all right. And then she played it and she's like, this game's actually peak. This game's so good. What the hell? Yeah. She was really into it, even in early access. Though she like made me, well, didn't make me, but when I visited her, she was like, hey, make a character. Here, try it out. See if you like it. I still haven't played Baldur's Gate. I should. Ham Ham Heartbreak was my childhood. It's one of my like comfort games, unironically. So this is a game that like I've played since I was a kid. Okay. And like I play it every so often. Like every couple of years I just pick it up and do 100% playthrough. It's literally just like my childhood, that game. It's crazy that so many VTubers like it. I was always the like only person, I guess, in my friend group that had like liked that game or played it. I also quite literally I like what's it called? The Hamtaro Olympics game. I like that game. The Ham Ham games. Another game I played the shit out of as a kid. I like the diving mini games the best. Does that look okay? No, that looks off. I'll just do like what I was planning on doing originally. I'm not great at perspective. Oh, 100 hours? I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That's like typical JRPG time though, ain't it? For me, I feel like JRPGs are usually about 100 hours. I play a lot of JRPGs. I'm like, I'm used to this. Have I played Star Fox? I haven't, but I've watched someone play it. Yeah, I think how would it be? It would be like, okay, let me actually think about this. It'd be like that. So like, I think it's fine how it is, honestly. I think it's fine like that. I hate perspective. Yeah, I haven't played Star Fox myself, but I've watched someone play it. I love platformers. Yeah, I'm good with platformers. I'm Listen, I'm actually it might be hard to believe, but I'm a little bit of a gamer. Hi Megaduce, how's it going? I'm a little bit of a gamer, okay? Although I also rage a lot. I'm a little bit of a gamer, but I don't play a lot of games outside of Nintendo stuff. So does that like overwrite my gamerness? Just woke up feeling dead. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I play a lot of Nintendo and like all and like what's it called? Like Atlas games. I really want to do a hardcore run of because I'm almost done playing what's it called? Refantasio. And I kind of want to do a run on stream, like the hard mode on stream. Classic gamer? Yeah, I'm a bit of a gamer. You know what I mean? I'm a bit of a gamer. A little bit. A mamer? A gamer. Yeah, I'm gay. Yeah, I game. Keep scrolling. I keep thinking about the bisexual thing from last night. What was Snake's deal? Why did he say it like that? Why do you say it so matter of factly, like we're supposed to know? Good morning, Venku. How's it going? Metaphor's so good. You should play it. It's actually, you know what I think is really funny? So you know how I don't know if you guys have seen those people that are like, this game is woke. This game's not woke. Okay. So there's just like people that rate how woke a game is. And it's unironically like hilarious. I think it's so fucking funny. So they don't think Metaphor Refantasio is woke. Okay? I'm joking. Oh my god, I'm dying. They don't think Metaphor. They don't make. Yeah, that game is literally about racism. The main underlying theme of that game is racism, okay? Like it's literally this is a it's about fighting oppression. It's about like what's it called when I forget what the word for it is when there's a state is run by the church. It's about going against that. I forget what that's called. There's a word for it. Theocracy. Yeah, it's about fighting the theocracy. It's about like fighting racism. Like literally, the whole game, people are like, "Ew, you're this race. Ew, get out of my face. What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like quite literally, this game's major theme is racism, and people are like, "Oh, this game is based. It's not woke." I'm convinced these gamers don't know how to read. I'm being really honest with you. I'm convinced these people don't know how to read. But it's like right in your face. It's not even like subtle. That's the thing. Like I can understand if something's subtle, okay? Cuz you know, not everybody has media literacy. But this is like quite literally, this is the main point of the game. This is the main point of contention is quite literally fantasy racism and being like, "Hey, maybe we should all live together and not judge people based on their race." Like it's quite literally like this is the game. This is the game. What do you mean it's not woke? It's very woke. What do you mean? Yeah, I don't get it. Thank you for the hydrate. I just noticed it. But yeah, like, yeah. Like, okay. Like Metal Gear IMO is a woke game. Okay, and not just because there's a character that's bisexual. Although that is that's awesome. That rules. It's like this game is anti-war. It's anti-war. It's like very much anti like atomic bomb. Like it's like this is very it's not pro-war. This isn't military like propaganda. But people look at it and are like, wow, Snake is so cool. The Metal Gear is so cool. It's like that's not the point of the video game. Well, on one hand, yes, Snake is very cool, and yes, the Metal Gear is very cool. On the other hand, I wouldn't say anti-war is woke. The thing is, these people find that woke. That's what you don't understand. These people, I don't know what's wrong with them. They find it woke. They find anti-war to be woke. A game has any sort of politics, it's woke. Any sort of politics. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't get it. I never will get it. This is absolutely yapping. I'm sorry. Like, Venku and I were looking at, what was it? Like, this thing where it's like, what did people in this giant Google Doc determine to be woke? And it was like, the games they chose and the reasons they chose it for, it's like, oh, is it because of this thing? It's like, no, because literally there's a character that's like, DEI was one of the reasons that they're like, this game's woke, because there's like a person of color or like a woman on the front lines of the military, and that's not what the times would be. And I'm like, huh? 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 Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, honestly, I find most like outwardly like woke games are virtue signaling, okay? Which is a problem in and of itself, okay? But they were literally like, oh, this game has a female protagonist, it's woke. Oh, this game has too many women in it, it's woke. Oh, this game has a person of color in like colonial France, woke. Like, yeah, that one. Oh my god, it was insane. I don't get people. Like, why don't we just play a game and try and enjoy it? Why do you people are so sensitive nowadays. And it's always like those people that are like, wow, people are too sensitive. No. It's like, no, you're the sensitive ones. You can't even handle a woman in your video game. Go touch grass. Truly. You need to feel a woman's touch. You need to meet somebody. You need to go make friends that aren't just like, like people on alt-right forums. Like, just go talk to real people, please, and enjoy life. Okay, just enjoy life. Being angry at everything, it's not gonna do anything for you. People need to enjoy life a little bit more, IMO, instead of finding things to get mad at. But I think people like trying to find something to like blame all their problems on. I need to tell you you can tell me about your opinion. You're allowed to have an opinion. For me, I'm just like, if the only way you enjoy a video game, if the only way you enjoy a video game is by like it being one-to-one historically accurate, and also like, it can't have any women in it, it can't have any queer people, it can't have anything like that, then I'm like, if that upsets you, I'm like, I think you have a bigger fish to fry. I think if that alone, like just one person being gay in it, makes you hate a video game that's ultimately really good, like, I don't know, man. I think it's a little Or like, yeah, like the thing with like oppression, or if like video games central themes are like oppression and stuff, and your instant thought is like, this is too woke for me, I don't enjoy it. But like the video game is like super good, like ReFantasio, it's like, I don't understand. I don't know what to say to you. Oh God. Okay, okay, thank you. Thanks being woke. I don't get it either. Thing is, how do these people? Yeah, that's what I don't get. I don't understand people being angry about stuff like that. It gatekeeps true. Like Undertale, beautiful game, but people don't like to play it because it's too quote unquote woke. It's a game about kindness and love, and people are like, this game sucks because the main character, they don't have any pronouns. They're they them. It's like, okay, I don't get it. I'll never understand it. I'll never understand a game where it's like, you should love people and embrace differences. It's like, no. It's just usual. This is what's earned in games. The thing is, it's like, oh man, like I think about specifically, Uchikoshi and stuff. The quote unquote base Japan people hate Uchikoshi, or they think it's like his stuff got like mistranslated. And it's like, no, he's just accurately representing things and has certain feelings on stuff. Hello, Star Jeffrey, how's it going? Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But like there's a character in oh, thank you for the follow, Star Jeffrey. There's a game, there's in what game is it? Zero Escape, like Snake is gay. There's actually a really funny there's a really funny Uchikoshi post, okay? There's a really funny Uchikoshi post that hold on. So there's a character in 999 named Snake, and he is gay, okay? Like he is canonically bisexual, all right? And like, look at this. Yeah, the white blonde woman. So he made this post and it was really fucking funny. So he posted this on his Twitter a while ago. And people not knowing who this man is thought he was talking about Metal Gear Solid Snake. So people went to the replies and were like, "Oh, I didn't realize this was about MGS Snake, or I didn't realize that this. I don't know which Snake it's about, but either way, yes." Either way, no matter which snake you're talking about, the answer is yes. Like it was. I think these are like kind of the results. Well, this is forever ago. I don't know if I can find the actual full results, but like this is from like a day in. It's so funny. All the replies were like, is this about MGS Snake? Or like people were posting gifs of MGS Snake and being like, yeah, he's gay. But it's like, it's not about that snake. it's about this snake. It's about this one. It's about this snake. But yeah, people were like, no matter what the answer is, it's yes. Yeah, no, he's Snake. No, it was Santa. It was Santa that was canonically bisexual. Snake, yeah, he confirmed Snake is gay. So it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. You guys, Uchikoshi is a gem. His tweets make me laugh so much. Oh my god, like. So there's a line in the game that is this. Okay? In VLR, this is a line, okay? All right. If you're a C cup, I'm packing 12 inches. All right. So people back in 2016, people were like, so how much is he packing? Does this mean he's packing 12 inches? Like, is someone added him saying, is Sigma truly packing 12 inches? I need closure on this. Okay. So people added him with that. And this was his response. That is, if phi is a C. In fact, Sigma is packing about 9 inches, but when he is turned on, it will double. 18 inches is roughly 45 centimeters. Holy smokes, that's a long one. Don't worry, because it could be folded into the shape of the letter sigma. Uchikoshi, I love him. He's so funny. He's so funny. Yeah, literally. This is 2016. I love this man. I love this man so much. There was another one where people were like, do you think, like, there was someone made artwork of like Sigma and Date. So Sigma from VLR and Date from AI the Somnium Files, and we're like, a god put us in different games because he knew if we were in the same universe, we would fuck like nonstop. We would be unstoppable. I will. 1 second. Okay. Date and Sigma Uchikoshi. So he made a tweet about that. Okay. So someone posted this on Twitter. Okay. God made us in different games because he knew we would fuck each other. And they were like, God in this case is like Uchikoshi, okay? So he responded to that with this. So someone pinged him, at Uchikoshi ENG, is the God? I'm not. I know they wouldn't do that because a baguette can't be put into a toaster unless it's cut, right? like oh my god. And then one more. There's also this. So when Aini came out, he's like, please enjoy the world of Aini to the fullest. And if you got a feeling of satisfaction, then please consider giving me 46 centimeter baguette as a reward. Have a good somnium. Thank you. And someone replied with like, oh, so Date can't handle it, but you can. But yeah, people, the quote unquote, like, people that hate woke things, whatever, really were convinced that like Uchikoshi wasn't a Japanese man because they're like, you're actually from California? You're actually like, he's hilarious. He's great. He's just like, even in his game, there's a screenshot where he's like, people thought was like, God, it was just like a poor translation, but this is actually in it. Like one of the characters in AI the Somnium Files is canonically gay. And part of the story is like relies on that fact. Like this character does this thing because he's in love with this man. Yeah. An ad just now. That's so funny. They didn't think Pewter being gay was a mistranslation. They thought there's a little optional scene in the first game where you go to Mama's bar with Mizuki, and it's like a little bit of flavor text. Okay, it's just a tiny little bit of flavor text where it's like Mizuki being like, I used to be kind of like afraid of like LGBTQ people because they were different. And now I was like, but then I realized they're just people. And you know, I think it's really cool that they're so like so brave, like brave enough to be themselves. You know, I think that's awesome. And Mama is like cross dresser, right? Yeah. He literally has stashes of BL, but people were like, "Wow, what is this woke bullshit?" And it's literally just Mizuki being like, I think LGBTQ people are cool. I think they're sweet." And yeah, it's like people were really mad about it. I don't get it, man. It's like this game otherwise you really, really like, but this one thing makes you so upset you don't want to touch it anymore. I'm like, that sounds like a you problem. But again, it's like we gatekeep this, right? It allows us to gatekeep good games from not so good people. Yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird. I don't get it. But I think that's just also because I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm pretty gay, so you know. Well, I'm like bi, but I don't know. I don't really care about it personally. Keeps the rent down? Why wasn't I told? What do you mean? I think it's like a water is wet kind of moment, you know? We get it, you're gay. But yeah, people were theorizing that Uchikoshi wasn't actually from Japan because he was like, I respect the queer community. And he was like, queer people exist in Japan. Like literally he made a post being like, this exists in Japan. I don't know what to tell you. And Denise, I'm really by myself. That's so funny. I can't believe they made woke. Yeah, that's true. They made my streamer, my gecko woke. The water turned the geckos gay. The water, it turned the geckos gay. Can't work under these conditions. Being Chestnut, being envy. Yeah, that too. They put DEI in my streamer. I need to be put on that, what's it called? That woke spreadsheet. Do not watch Mei Mori. They are woke. DEI, non-binary, pronouns in bio. They're putting chemicals in the heat lamp to turn the freaking mini May gay. Mini May's gay. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I think it's fun to have more representation. It allows for more like interesting content in video games. I think diversity in video games is a hashtag win, but that might just be because I'm like I'm a little too woke. I don't know. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. I'm sorry if this is like I feel like lately I've been talking about kind of like insane topics. I hope this isn't too much. Between this and like the depression talking yesterday, it's fun. I'm pushing my propaganda. Listen, if you're watching a VTuber and they're not gay, you'll be hard pressed to find a VTuber that's not a little bit queer. Like I said, keep that rent down. Yeah, I'm smashing windows. I'm spray painting. I'm putting spray paint on my stream, basically. Dun, 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 dun. I want to play more FF14. Little bit queer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Platypus. See, diversity, hashtag win. Also, hi, I was talking about people calling games woke because, you know, this is what we do here now. Dum. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, people don't think Metaphor ReFantasio was woke, and I don't understand that. That game is incredibly woke. Game literally like, oh, let's theocracy bad, church bad, racism bad. And they're like, yeah, this game's not woke. This game is not woke at all. I feel like a lot of Japanese games tend to be like anti-capitalist and like woke, but people are like, my Japanese animes, they're not woke. Huge for a lot of trans people, yeah. Yeah. I agree. The little bit queer was, yeah. I didn't imply that. I just said you'd be hard pressed to find a VTuber that isn't just a little bit queer, you know? I didn't imply that they were problematic if they weren't. I was more talking about like, I feel like a lot of VTubers, a lot of people in the VTuber space are, you know what I mean? So it's really weird that like there's a lot of like homophobes that really like VTubers. I don't. Stop it. Oh my god. I love straight people. You guys are so cool. Am I convincing? No, I'm like, as long as people are respectful, I don't care. I don't care what you are. I don't care what you do. As long as we respect each other. That's how I always have been, though. That's because a lot of folks who I will not specify label them. Yeah. Exactly. I agree wholeheartedly. Fire through. Yeah, it's like we're literally puppeting little avatars. You're literally puppeting a little avatar that you can make to be yourself. Yeah, exactly. It's like you can be whatever you want to be. I think people just need to like focus on themselves and respect each other. That's my hot take. I think if people were just like kind of stayed in their own lane a little bit more, the world would be a better place. Just let people do things as long as it's not harming other people, you know? As long as it's harmless, just let people do things. Let people have fun. I mean, at that point. Yeah, exactly. It's like I just want people. Exactly. I think everyone deserves the basic human rights. You know? I've been disappointed with that. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's fine. I'm like, live your best life. You know? As long as you're happy, it doesn't matter who you love or what you do with yourself at all. Just as long as you're happy and you're not hurting anybody, go for it, you know? I think everybody should be proud of themselves and their identities. Personally. You're straight, you're a himedanchi. Right? Himedanchi, that's the word for it. Yeah. Yeah, live and let live. Truly, I'm just like, just mind your own business. If people are nice, if people are good, then just like, as long as nobody's getting hurt, I don't see a problem with anything. Genuinely, as long as it's like not really bad, then it's like, well, just live your best life. Yeah, I love Toxic Yuri. Dun da da dum, dun da da dum. But I feel like we're at a point in life where that's like a quote unquote hot take. It's just letting people be themselves. But I'm also like, I don't care. I don't care what people do as long as they're not hurting other people. You have a weird fetish? I don't care. I'll just look the other way. You know, as long as it's not hurting people and everyone consents and they're all adults, it's like, whatever, man. Anything. Anything. I'm just like, just live your life. I'll live mine. Live your life. I'll live mine. Ba ba bum bum ba bum ba dum. I'm hashtag woke. Oh, speaking of that, did you guys see? Oh my god, has it been? Yeah, it's actually the internet has become really insane. I fear in the past like however many years. I mean, it's always been like there was a cess like places like there it was a cesspool, but most of the cesspool stuff was contained in one space, aka 4chan. You know what I mean? It was self-contained cesspool. Like it would leak out, but most of it was contained within its like little zone. And now it's just like everywhere. Yeah, yeah, it certainly does not help. A lot of people, it's like a lot of just horrible people are getting platformed. And it's really sad. Yeah, Chamber, yeah. Yeah, it was funny to observe, but now it's just like a lot. It's just like too much. I don't know, man. People have gone crazy. The world is crazy. Yeah, it's really sad. Internet was niche. Exactly. I hate. Don't even get me started. Don't even. I fear. I fear. Everything every day. My grandpa watches the news all the time. Okay, he watches the news pretty much 24/7. Like literally when so we're Canadian. We've been new. We know I'm Canadian. But when Trump won, when he became president, my grandpa was like, "Well, at least there will be good TV now." Essentially, was his response. uh, but it's just like every single day there's something. It's just tiring, man. Canada's becoming one of us. Yeah, I mean, although I will say that the US being kind of cuckoo crazy bananas has actually made it so that the Canadian version of Trump will likely not get elected, which kind of rules. Discussion every few days with my mother about how fucking stupid yeah, literally. Ask them how they say plague. Kill yourself now. Plague, plague, plague. Bagel, plague. Again. What's another word that has Canadianisms? About, about, about. Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's actually kind of crazy how much like that has changed things. Well, okay, so it wasn't just Trump getting elected, it was that plus like Trudeau stepping down. I don't know how much you guys know about Canadian politics. But Trudeau stepped down because people hated him. I didn't care about him either which way. I don't think he was that bad. But that's neither here nor there. He stepped down because he was like, there's literally no chance in hell he wins next election. And if he doesn't win, then a shithead named Pierre Poilievre wins. Okay, he's literally like, he's a crypto bro. He's literally talked about integrating crypto into like our currency and stuff like that. And like all this other stuff. And he had like some very like anti-women, like women hating incel shit, like videos on YouTube that were like his account had like liked or commented on, and people found it. And he was like, oh, that wasn't me. I got hacked. Hee hee. Like, it's just like, he's not a good person. Okay. He's not a good person. But he was very much ahead in the polls, like leaning majority. Okay. Like it was majority. He was going to have a majority simply because people didn't like Justin Trudeau anymore. Which, that's what happens when one person's in office for a long time. And Canada, like, the people don't like what's happening. Okay. So he was like, I will step down. And Pierre Poilievre basically was like, wow, you're a coward. Like, can't even face me in election. No. Okay. And then this man named Mark Carney decided to run for Liberal leadership. Okay. He is kind of like Trump in the way that he's not like a politician by nature, but he actually has some experience outside of just having a failing business or a business that like has gone bankrupt multiple times. Like he's worked for the bank. He was a CEO of the bank. Yeah, they weren't blaming the right people either. So a lot of the issues people had were actually from municipal government, not federal. So a lot of our stuff is like, this is municipal. It's because of like in Ontario, our healthcare system is getting really bad because of Doug fucking Ford. But everyone's like, Trudeau, it's Trudeau's fault. No, Doug Ford's the one that's like causing these issues. But I think that's also a problem with like people not understanding how our system works. People know I'm in Ontario. I think it's pretty safe to assume that if there's a Canadian streamer, there's an 8 out of 10 chance they're from Ontario. Okay. People stop being able to separate the situation. Yeah, exactly. He also fixed the bank. Yeah. He's crazy. Yeah, Mark Carney literally fixed the shit in Britain. Doug Ford, no, that was his brother. That was his brother. His brother was the crack guy. His brother, Rob Ford, was the mayor of Toronto, and he did crack. And then the first thing Doug Ford did, like after his brother died and people were like running for office, he ran for mayor of Toronto, didn't get in, and then decided to run for conservative leadership. And then he won. He didn't have a platform. Okay. He didn't have a platform at all. You know what his platform was? We're bringing back a buck of beer. We're going to make beer $1 again in Ontario. That was his whole platform until a week before the election, and he won. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, okay? And he won. And you know what happened? The buck of beer thing didn't even happen. It didn't even happen. He just was like, he went to beer companies, was like, can you please? I would really appreciate it. I would really, really appreciate it if you lowered your beer cost to $1. And they were like, no, fuck you. And this guy has totally tanked he's totally tanked our healthcare system. And you know what he's doing with the money from taxes? Building a fucking highway we don't need. Literally, he's just, rather than investing it in our investing it's billions of dollars. It's a lot of money. He's extending the highway and it's costing him billions of dollars. And that's money that I'm like, if you put a fraction of that into our public transit infrastructure, it would change a lot. He's also taken away safe consumption sites. Man, Doug Ford, man. If you want to look into him, he was so flabbergasted. He was like, I was excited when Trump won, and now I don't like him. It's like, no shit. This man literally during his entire campaign was like, I want to annex Canada. And then it's like when he tries to make true on his promise, Doug Ford is like, surprised Pikachu face. Like, bro. Yeah, it's just insane. It's just insane. But anyways, Mark Carney literally he decided to run for Liberal leadership, and it was like a landslide victory, okay? And Trudeau stepped down, like it was landslide, like absolutely fucking nuts. He got like 80% of the vote out of all the potential Liberal leaders. There was like 4 different candidates, and he got 80% of the vote. Which is nuts. It's just nuts. And now, so before, the prediction was a conservative majority, which is like 40 points, okay? 40 points in the conservative direction for a federal election. Now it's 40 points in the opposite direction. Like quite literally, it did a full like 180 and went from like not even potentially minority government, like literally there was a chance that like the Liberals would barely get any seats, right? And now it's like there is a projected majority. There's a projected majority. Okay, it's actually insane. And Pierre Poilievre is mad. He's a mad little guy. He's so angry. It's really funny. And the first thing, so he also pulls the like Trumpisms of like calling his political opponents names. So originally he called him carbon tax Carney, because I don't know if you know stuff about Canada, but we have a carbon tax that Trudeau put in place that people don't understand how it works. Like they don't understand how it works. We get a rebate, okay? The only people that get affected by the carbon tax are big companies that use a lot of carbon, okay? Like all it does is it makes it so that people, you know, big companies are forced to find other ways. Otherwise they pay a fine. But we pay more at the pump, okay? So people see the increased price at the pump and are like, wow, fuck this. This sucks. Without understanding that they're getting a tax rebate at the end of the year. Okay? Like people that they get a tax rebate. You get a tax rebate at the end of the year for carbon stuff. So if you don't emit stupid amounts of carbon, you get money back. It doesn't actually affect you at the pump. Yeah, it ends up being about the same amount. It winds up being like, I think it's like an average amount. So it's like the only people it really will affect are people that are emitting absurd amount of carbon, which normal people are not. Normal people aren't emitting a fuck ton of carbon, even if they go to the gas tank once a week. You know what I mean? It's like only for people that emit absurd amounts, but people don't understand that. They never understood that. So people hated it. So the first thing when Carney got into office, the first thing he did, so like before he even got into our office, the Conservatives and Pierre Poilievre were like running hate ads already. They were already running hate ads because he was projected to win Liberal leadership. So when he did get in, the first thing he did is he took away the consumer carbon tax. So no longer will consumers feel it. He's keeping it on companies because that's what That's lost kitten. Peem. Thank you, platypus mage. I love metric. But anyways, he's getting rid of yeah. He got rid of the consumer carbon tax, but is keeping it on companies, you know? So everyone's happy. So they literally took all the ads where they called him carbon tax Carney and changed all they did was changed it to be like sneaky Carney, because they can't call him carbon tax Carney anymore, because the first thing he did when he was in office, like literally first week he was in, he was like, yeah, so I'm getting rid of the the consumer carbon tax. It's really funny. IMO. And then Pierre Poilievre's original platform, which was to get rid of the carbon tax, was switched to getting rid of the carbon tax for companies as well. And instead giving them a grant to find green alternatives. And I'm like, okay, so taxpayers are going to be paying the richest people on in the country to find greener alternatives for their companies. All right. Okay. It's just like this man this man the US president has a similar effect. Yeah, literally. What was also really funny, IMO, this happened really recently, and I don't like, again, I'm like, I keep up with news a little bit too much, honestly. I think it's probably unhealthy, the amount of news I intake on a regular basis. It definitely doesn't help the mental, is all I'll say. You know? um but what else was really funny? Um was recently, Alberta's premier. So if you don't know Alberta and what they're like, Alberta is like the Florida of Canada, okay? It's like the Florida slash Texas of Canada. Okay? They're not like the cool cities. Thank you for the hand stretch. um Oh, uh-oh. um Texas mentioned. So Alberta's premier is very conservative, and she went on an alt-right American podcast and was like said on the podcast, like, I've reached out to Trump to put a pause on the tariffs because, like, at least for now, while the election is ongoing, okay, because we got a snap election. We're going to the polls in like a month. So she went on an alt-right American podcast, was like, hey, I've talked to Trump about pausing the tariffs because if the tariffs aren't a problem, Pierre Poilievre has a better chance of winning. And Pierre Poilievre's views align with Trump's. She outright said that his views for the future of America would line up with Trump's more than Carney's would. Straight up said that, okay? Straight up. It's actually insane. It's actually fucking crazy. Yeah, literally was like, oh, his yeah. It's like it's insane. It's insane. You go on an American podcast, you're like, hey, so this man would let Canada become annexed. So can you please put a pause on the tariffs, please? It's like, it's kind of crazy. It's genuinely insane. I don't get it. I don't get it, chat. I don't get it. I don't understand. I'll become an American. Yeah. At this rate, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be. It's stuff is bad. The world is bad, but we try to find solace where we can, right? Right? Like, let me just get this straight. Carney, like, I'm very much like, I think our political system, two-party system, is inherently and fundamentally flawed. And I'm typically voting for the lesser of two evils. Um, but I would much rather Carney win over Polyev any day. Right now, losing marble. Yeah. Yeah. VTubers. Yeah. You gotta find happiness somewhere, somehow, some way. It's hard to live in the way the world currently is. Especially if you're looking at the news all the time, like I said, like I am. That's why I'm like, I don't like talking about this stuff on stream, because I know people come to streams like this to kind of get away from real world topics. So I apologize. I apologize for letting it get this far. But I hope you guys can find solace at least a little bit. You know what I mean? I had to put that kind of personal pressure on, but I say, yeah. No, I get it. I do get it. Truly. I understand wholeheartedly. You gotta find happiness somewhere. And if that happiness is in VTubers, then there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just glad that you can find happiness. That's all that matters. You gotta find things that make you happy, just in general, even without the way things are right now. Gotta stay sane somehow. Yeah. I'm very much just I just think if people respected each other, then things would be a lot better. If people respected each other, then life would be everyone would be happier. Life would be better. I just think humans deserve some respect. And I think that's something a lot of people can agree on. Most people agree on anyways. Yeah, they sure do. Like I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. Like I think I'm very much of the opinion that all sides suck. Everything sucks, and it sucks that we're in this position in general. I've said as much. But I'm like, as long as, for me, like I said, lesser of two evils for me, and just in general, like, I just want people to be allowed to live and exist. That's all I care about. That's what I think about. Yeah. I just want people to be able to exist. And unfortunately, I feel like that's becoming a kind of controversial / not like a normal take nowadays, which is just odd to me. Okay, have a good day at work. I'm sorry again for yapping about this stuff. I feel like I don't like yapping about this stuff typically because, like I said, I want streams to be an escape more than anything. So I do apologize for that. Yeah, I hope you have a good day at work, Crown Clown. Thank you for tuning in. Yap is great. Ugh. I know. I just don't want to, like, you know. I think people, like I said, watch streams as a way to escape the world and escape what's going on. I didn't want to be that. It's kept me focused. Yeah, a little bit. Wow, wow. I like this song a lot. From Undertale. Dum dum da da dum 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 da da dum 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 dum. Yeah, it's nice. I guess so. Talking about it sometimes is nice. Just feels yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be a constant thing. Like I don't know how people can watch political streamers. I watch, like I said, I watch too much of that stuff already. The news just makes me depressed. But it's nice. It's nice to like talk about it sometimes. Nice air out laundry. True. Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's so much to always be watching and all that stuff. Yeah, like I said, my grandpa watches it 24/7. It's like he's almost always on CNN and just being like, "Wow, this sucks." And there's always something. It's like, arg. you know. But I'm glad that like streaming at the very least, like I said, it's brought me a bit of solace and it's been a fun. I don't want to say distraction, but I've been enjoying it a lot. It's been helping keeping my mind off things. Okay, listen, you don't have to be a little dick, okay? You don't have to be an ass about it. I'm kidding. I don't mean to call you an ass. You're not actually an ass, but it's just like you know what I mean. There's always like just some really shitty news lately. Compared to usual, more so than usual. No, I feel like the song exactly. I love this song. I love it so much. You hear it secondhand from me. I'm so sorry. I'm always telling Venku just how fucked up things are, and he's like, "Wow, that sucks." Like, yeah, you know, I do feel bad about it. The world sucks. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh, yay, that's awesome. What song is this? I'm skipping this. I don't know what song this is. Yeah, it's me with like playing games and stuff. I find and streaming. Yeah, like I've really been enjoying MGS. It's fun. It's fun. Speaking of Milgram, yeah. I need to. There's been an update. I haven't been keeping on top of Milgram. I gotta, though. There's been. It looks like a couple people are dead now. A couple characters, and I'm like, what happened here? Like, they're in, like, all white and stuff, and they're purposely not really showing them in the prisoner suits, and I'm like, what the fuck goes on? Oh, okay. Milgram is like a. You guys know Deco 27, right? It still works. That's awesome. But yeah, you guys know Deco 27, the Vocaloid producer. So he started this project how many years ago? Like I want to say like 4 years ago now, 3 or 4 years. Called Milgram. And it's like a music project where the viewers get to like vote on whether or not like you're basically like the main character S, who's like the prison guard. Okay, they're the prison guard, and Milgram is like through music videos and stuff. You get to see like what each prisoner's like quote unquote sin is. But because you're diving into their mind, like the whole thing is like you're diving into the prisoners' minds. People are like an unreliable narrator. Like their brain, the people there are obviously unreliable narrators. Okay, no matter which way you lean, whether they did something bad or not, they're gonna. You don't know. It's hard to tell. So you watch these music videos, you listen to the lyrics, et cetera, and you get to like go on the website. Yeah, I did. Thank you. You get to like go on the website and like vote for whether or not you personally forgive that person, that character or not. And then the results of that vote affect the next round. So we're on the last round, the third and final round now. So during the second round, there's like another music video, which is kind of like based on the results of the last vote. Like their mental state is kind of like affected by the results of the last vote. The dynamics shift based on the results and all that stuff. And they finally, yeah, we're on the third round now. It's like they're just showing the key art. They've just shown the key art for the third round. That's it. But yeah, it's really good. This is one of the songs from Milgram. It's really good. The music's good. If I could send. I've been kind of following it since like one specific case. Who's the vocalist for Haro? Let's see. Kotoko. Let me see. Let's see what her VA is. Her VA. Aimi? Aimi. Her name's just Aimi. Aimi Terakawa. Known under the mononym Aimi. She's in Bang Dream. She's Julia in Idol Master Million Live. Kasumi in Bang Dream. Aimi. Yeah. Hado is a really good song. Hold on, let me just. I'm still not sure if I want to add her hat or not. I don't really like the sketch I did for the hat, but I don't know how to draw it. I'm not good at drawing this stuff. Okay. I kind of think people should watch Milgram, honestly. I'll just link the YouTube channel. And you got to start from the very beginning though if you do watch Milgram. Oh wait. They have Haruka's third trial video up? Okay, all right. So you should just take this and sort it from oldest and watch from the beginning. Specifically, I guess from like the PV. And I guess you can skip the voice trailer and like the first teaser movie, but watch S's undercover song and then the Song of Prisoners and then go through that and watch all of that. You can skip because like when the original videos hit 1 million views, they did another cover of the songs. So you can skip those. That's fine. But everyone should watch this stuff. Milgram's really good. I'll link it. There we go. Yeah, just sort from like oldest. And like I said, start with like the Jackalope This is Milgram video, then watch Undercover, and then you can start with you can watch the Song of Prisoners as well. But Haruka's is like the first trial video of his, and then you can just keep going down. There's also a bunch of comics and like drama CDs and all that stuff. And you can go and look up the results. Milgram's really good. I haven't been keeping up though. With the second trial, I only watched a couple of them. I stopped at like Mikoto's second trial video. I haven't watched Kotoko's second trial video. But I imagine that'll be kind of insane. I imagine it'll be insane. And yeah, the third and final round. So it's like ultimately after 3 rounds of like looking at the prisoner's mental state, you're going to decide whether or not you forgive them. Their mental state changes whether or not you do forgive them. We don't know what happens if you don't forgive them, mind you. But it's been fun. It's been fun to watch and keep on top of. I'm still unsure if I want to actually add her skirt. I think I will. I think it would be about here. Dun 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 dun. It's a day, it's a gotta night, it's a gotta night. Interactive. Yeah, it's not over yet, so that's cool. It's not over, so you can, I mean, the first 2 trials are done, but we're on the 3rd trial, so you can still go and vote and stuff. I think right now, Haruka's you can probably vote for. Voting's probably open right now. It's really good. I'd recommend. I'd totally recommend watching Milgram and stuff like that and getting involved in it. The reason why I started Milgram was because there was discourse, okay? I'll admit, I started it because I didn't know what Milgram was until there was like some really crazy drama and discourse. Because there was an artist. So the whole point of Milgram is like, you can vote however you want. Like literally, you can vote just because you don't like a character. You can vote because you think a character's hot. You don't have to vote because like you don't have to think about your vote if you don't want to. And that's the whole point of it. Is it's like a quote unquote social experiment, right? It's just there's going to be consequences to that. So an artist put out a thing where they were like, oh yeah, if you don't have to watch Milgram, but like if you go on this website and vote for this person to be guilty and this person to be not guilty, then I'll give you free art, essentially. Which people were like, this is totally against the point of Milgram, which, like, to an extent, I agree with that. To an extent, I also don't agree with that because I'm like, the whole point is people can vote for whatever they want, for any reason they want, even if it's a little fucked up, even if it's just like because someone told them to vote a certain way. It's a social experiment. That's the whole point. Yeah, includes vote rigging. Truly. Like, it's not against the rules. Truly. So I was like, I'm going to look into this myself because I was seeing people do all that. And I was like, okay, I don't agree with this person. I don't want to vote that way. And I voted the way that I wanted to vote. But the discourse around it was crazy. People were like, being like, this sucks. You're stupid for doing this. Like, if you're going to rig voting, at least like tell people to get into Milgram instead of just like being like, hey, vote this way for me. Like, at least tell people to get into it. You sent me a message? Oh my God. You should have just said that in chat. Venku just sent me, next we'll find out. Next we'll find out. Milgram is running on Starlink. Come on, that's funny. It's not spicy, that's funny. I don't think that's spicy anyways. But it's pretty interesting. So I looked into that because of that. Okay. And it was really interesting. I liked it. And I voted total opposite of what that one person wanted people to vote. Because I'm a bit of a contrarian. No, I just didn't agree. I just didn't agree with what they were voting. I was like, I am a bit of a contrarian though, I will be honest. I'm a bit of a contrarian. I absolutely am. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a contrarian. A little bit, fuck you. Good morning. Hi, Pudding. How's it going? But yeah, I watched the videos and I was like, I don't know, man. I think there's more to this. And some people just voted a certain way because they're like, insert character's hot. And there was one girl that's like her whole thing, like kind of read as abusive. And this was the person that they were like, you should vote innocent because she didn't do anything wrong. The whole point of it is that every single person there did something wrong. It's just the degree of what they did wrong and how they feel about it that's different. They wouldn't be a part of the prisoner thing if they didn't do something wrong. Being a contrarian, yeah, you know, for me, I'm like, people don't like this thing. Let me look into it. Maybe I'll like it. But I'm also like, if people don't like a thing, I find I'm more likely to go in with like minimal expectations. So I'm more likely to like enjoy something. You know what I mean? My expectations are set lower if people are like, this thing sucks. I'm like, all right, this thing sucks. Let me go into it and see if it, you know, let me just go into it. See how I feel about it. And then 9 times out of 10, I'm like, this isn't as bad as everybody said it was. If hot, why evil? If evil, why hot? Truly. But yeah, literally, the thing is, one person people were willing to forgive was like a mass murderer, and the other person was like probably abusive to their ex. Okay, like actually emotionally manipulative and abusive. And you know, the reason why people were probably voting more like not forgive towards the person who's like abusive is probably because, oh, thank you for the follow, Ozzy. Thank you. But the reason people are doing that is probably because, you know, it's like more, you can put yourself more in the shoes of the victim rather than the, you know, someone that's like, oh, I've mutilated a bunch of corpses to try and, you know, like I've done that. I'm a fucking doctor that's like purposely fucked up like botched surgeries. Like you know what I mean? And like killed people. It's like more people can relate to having an abusive partner. So it's like there's a bunch of layers to it that people didn't really like understand, I guess. It's like obviously, I guess when you think about it objectively, one is objectively worse. You know, but it's easier to put yourself in the shoes of the like you know, the person that had an abusive partner rather than the victims of this doctor, I guess. Of this like of malpractice. I mean, I'm sure there's victims of malpractice. There's a lot of victims of malpractice, but I think it's more common for people to have an abuser, like an abusive ex, for instance. Your shoes in yourself? Shut up. Yeah, just put your shoes inside yourself. Yeah, and forgiveness, again, it's a personal experience. Like for me, I was like, her stuff kind of made me really unwell. Like I felt really unwell over it. Like unironically, because I've had like bad experiences with partners. So I was like, I don't want to forgive this person. And that's what it is. It's like, it's not like, do you think they're bad or not? It's just like, do you forgive this person for their crime or not? It's, you know, and some people were voting also strategically because like the doctor, it's like, he's the only medical professional. And also, he's also like, I want to die. I want you to kill me. Please kill me. I want to die. So everyone's like, no, you're staying alive. That was my thought process for voting like to forgive the doctor was because he was like, I want to die. And I'm like, you've killed a bunch of people. You know what I mean? I think you should live and repent than like just get out of it the easy way. And I think that's what a lot of people felt as well. But then it turns out he's like, you know, because he's a doctor, he can actually help the people in the prison. And he does kind of want to repent a bit for his crimes and feels guilty about it and stupid about it and all that stuff. So it's like, it's just, again, it's a personal experience. It's personal. And that's what I enjoy about it. That's why I enjoy Milgram. Everyone should get into Milgram. Everyone should watch Milgram. It's good. Watch the Milgram. The music's really good because it's all like Deco 27. They have some pretty insane like voice actresses in it. Voice actors and actresses, which is really cool. You know the last time you know I'm gonna find you. 'Cause you're not empty going. Dun 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 dun. Gonna find you the car seat 'cause you're not up to going. Dun dun dun. But yeah, people were upset that like people were like forgiving a mass murderer and not forgiving a girl who was just like abusive, I guess. Emotionally abusive. I'm like, I don't know. I think the whole thing is like it's a personal experience. That's the whole point of it. Social experiment, et cetera, et cetera. What can people get away with? And also the guy was literally like, please don't forgive me. I want to die. Just don't forgive me. What I've done is like, you know, and it's like, I guess more people are more willing to forgive someone or be like, atonement. Exactly. It's like for my thought process for why I voted to forgive him is because I'm like, he should have to live with his sins, you know? He should have to live with his sins rather than just get a free out, I suppose. Da 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 dun 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 dun. Da 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 da. I think that's also part of the reason why how do I say this? I don't want to spoil mouthwashing for people that haven't played it or watched a playthrough of it. But the ending, it's like the worst person you know. It's like you get to, when it's less interesting for me and also just not satisfying at all when someone who literally wants to die is like, gets that end, especially someone that's committed a bunch of atrocities. It's like, no, you don't get to get out of this that easily just because you don't want to have to live with the guilt. I'm yapping. I'm sorry. I'm a yappy guy. Yeah, I know pudding has a lot of thoughts on mouthwashing specifically. Dun, dun, dun. What are we thinking? I still need to add this skirt, but I think this is coming out pretty good. Yeah. I need to add a bunch of the details and do that stuff, but I like it. I like it. What do you guys think? The pose is good. Thank you. I base it. Okay. You gonna see what I use as a reference for the pose? I've started using. I know exactly. That's the whole point, and I think that's beautiful. That game's a work of art. This is what I based the pose off of. Was racing Miku. Can you see it? Who would have guessed that using references would change, would make your art better? Who would have thought? Who would have thought that using references is good for your artwork? I never would have guessed that. Never would have guessed. Miku! I love Miku. Man, I love Miku. Milm. Okay, so on the top of the hand part, it says cheese with 2 exclamation points. Milm, so true. Man, I love May. It can also stand for that. Milm. Double the cheese. No, it doesn't with the fight. You didn't miss much. I was just yapping about Milgram and stuff and the drama that happened with that project. Zuruyo, Zuruyo. The reason why I started watching Milgram was because of some drama. Literally. I'm nosy. I'm nosy. Yeah, I misspoke. I misspoke. I misspoke. Wada 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 nai. We love tea. Yeah, people. I'm nosy. I'm so nosy. If there's drama with something, I will be like, I'm gonna put myself right into this. I'm gonna learn everything I can about it. It's led me to be educated on a variety of topics. Streamer misspoke, got him. Oh my god. I'm a messy bitch, okay? I love messy stuff. And quite the contrarian, exactly. It's bad. It's actually bad. Misread my get him. Oh my god. Yeah, it's interesting from the outside. When you're part of it, it's like, like, okay. This might, I know. I was in one of my tweets wound up in on my main account, on a different account. This was a while ago, so I can say it, but it wound up in a false ID video, and I had to lock my account. Because I made a joke. I made a joke. I made a joke, and it got attention, and like, well, other people were making similar jokes, but it wound up in a false ID video, and I had to lock my account because people were like, yeah, being a lot. Yeah, we hate that guy. He's a vulture. He's truly a vulture. And with every sense of the word. In every sense of the word, he's a vulture. But yeah, it was fine. Is what it is at the end of the day. False ID, um, he specifically profits off of people's like misery, I guess, or people's misfortunes. To the point where even the livers that are he's like covering in a good light are like, "Can you stop? Can you just stop? I never asked for this." Yeah. 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 Yeah, it just wound up in his video. Like he didn't say anything specifically about my tweets. Tweet specifically, it was amongst a lot of other tweets. Okay, about the same topic. But his viewers started swarming my replies, and I was like, I'm in a lock. I feel really uncomfortable right now. Yeah, drama farming to me is always like, you should get a life. Not to be not to be a dick, but I'm like, if your life is exclusively like farming other people's misery for content, I think you should go to therapy. I think you need to find something in your life that makes you happy, other than people's misery. Oh, it's just false ID. False ID. I don't know. Drama tubers in general, like it's just it rubs me the wrong way. Satyr guy, he's a lol cow. He's a lol cow. Satyr guy's a lol cow through and through at this point, but he doesn't recognize he's a lol cow. The thing with Satyr guy is there's like nobody that supports him. With false, he actually has a platform, so people like take every single one of his words as like the god. Yeah, yeah. Having your name, yeah. Yeah, it's insane. At least the Satyr guy, yeah, yeah. He'll never feel bad about it because he unironically thinks he's doing good. It's crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, a lol cow is someone that um people purposely like milk for content. That's what a lol cow is. It's like they react strongly to stuff that they don't like, kind of. And because they do, people milk them. They purposely egg them on just to see how they'll react. It's like poking them with a stick. Yeah, like Christian. Lol cow, you guys already know I'm old, okay? You guys already know. This has been known. You know I'm fucking old. You know I'm a hag. Don't sorry I'm older. I don't know if you're older than me, Halo. Don't worry. A bully victim to an extent. It depends, because most lol cows are like not good people. Or well, I guess sometimes they are. It's just like it's someone that's typically targeted by the internet as a whole. Some of them aren't good people. 37. Oh yeah, you're older than me. Yeah, glove. I'm I'm older than 25 and younger than 30. So, like the pink sauce lady. Who is that? Pink sauce lady. You're older than most people you watch? Okay, fair enough. Who's the pink sauce lady? I would say Chris Chan would be closer. If younger, you're 30 plus. Damn. Um, for me, in the GBF community, our resident lol cow is a guy. We refer to him as the satyr guy. So satyr Grambler fantasy. So you know, satyr in Greek mythology is like a man, okay? But satyr in Grambler fantasy is a woman. So everyone's like, satyr, trans queen, yes, right? And this dude gets so fucking pissed off about it. Like genuinely, people won't even mention, like they won't even tag satyr, like they won't go into her artwork, like they won't do anything. They'll just say her name and add like trans. And this guy's in the replies like writing an essay about how she's not trans. And it's like people are just like just making jokes or like having fun with it, but it's gotten to the point where people are like, yeah, Sator's trans, fuck you. Because this dude gets so personally upset by it, and he goes into people's mentions and just like goes off on them for that stuff. So people will like purposely egg him on and stuff because he's like kind of insane. Like people just have fun with their headcanons, right? Again, I'm like, people can headcanon whatever the fuck they want as long as like you're not a dick about it. But this dude just hates transgender satyr so much that he's like in everybody's mentions being like, actually? Yes. GBF has multiple trans characters, has multiple non-binary characters now, and has multiple like gay characters, like canonically. Grand Blue is it's a very queer game. Yeah, they did imply she was as well. Also, I feel like in general, primals, a lot of primals don't really have a gender. Just kind of how they present. Stay up all night with the things you would do. You won't, but you might. The potential you'll be. That you'll never see, the promises you'll only make. Yeah, she does kind of imply that she's transgender as well in one of the events. And people took that, and he's like, no, you're wrong. Like, specifically going in and like malding about it. He made a giant video where like, I looked at some of them like, oh my God, oomph. My friend's tweets are in this dude's video. Whoa, oomph famous. Like, literally. Yeah, Medusa implies. Like, it's like kind of like, for me, it's giving the same people that, like, I mean, you can, if you don't think she's trans, like, that's fine. I don't care. You know? At the end of the day, it's kind of like a headcanon. You know, it's still not really confirmed or anything like that. Like, if you don't think she's trans, that's fine. You're allowed to. But like, people are, you know, they can't leave good enough alone. It's like they have to be like, no, and it's really funny because if you know anything about the GBF community, we gatekeep, okay? Real GBF fans gatekeep the fuck out of GBF, okay? I'm one of them, where if someone has a really bad Grand Blue fantasy take, I'm like, show your grid now. And 9 out of 10 times, they're like, their grid looks like shit. Like, it looks bad. I'm like, I understand now. Like, especially like, what's it called? Like the people that only play the fighting game. Yeah, because of Versus and Relink truly. Like, literally, whenever someone has a bad take, all Grand Blue fantasy players do is like show grid. And it's like, you can, yeah. And then the people's response to that, the people that are like, they get mad that people are like, show your grid. They're like, I don't follow the wiki. I make my own grids because I'm smart and unique. And it's like, you look at their grid and it doesn't make any sense. Like, even just from an objective standpoint, it does not make any sense. Like, you're not doing anything with this. You're not cooking. Get out of the kitchen. Your food is burning. Like, it's just so like, get out. You're not cooking at all. You think you're cooking, but truly you are not. This is nothing. This is so bad. Because it's like, you know, some people are new to the game. You can still be like, oh, this person kind of knows what they're doing, at least, even if they're new. And even if their grid's not very good, you can be like, okay. But it's usually the people that have like the most ass backwards grids that are like, have the bad takes. Zero, literally, you just play the game and they give you a fully functioning M2 grid. A grid that back in my day, we would have had to grind a lot for, and I did grind a lot for, you know. New players have it so easy. But yeah, it's like the wiki resources exist not because they're like, oh, This is not, you know, the wiki resources are the way they are because it's like these are grids that have been tested and they're good. You know, they're good. This is good. It's been tested. It works. Follow it. Follow it. Okay? You just copy people. That's how everybody does it. You let other people cook, or if you're one of the good people, if you're actually good at the video game and you have a lot of stuff and you're a whale, then you can cook as well. You can cook as well, okay? But these people are not cooking. They're not. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're talking about. They're not cooking at all. I'm like, my brother in Christ. Like people, like I said, with the show grid stuff, I'm like, if you show me your grid, okay, and it's like basic M2, or it's like basic M1, okay, I won't be mad. I'll be like, you're new to the game. Basic M1 is stretching it, but like, you know, you can, I won't be upset. I won't call you a tourist because you're actually trying. But then there's people that like don't know shit, okay? They're like, their grid is just a bunch of gotcha weapons shoved together, and they're like, yeah, I'm like a goated, I'm God, I don't follow the norm, you know. No, you should. That's okay. The thing with GBF is that there is a meta, okay? Unfortunately, there is like, you kind of like for certain raids, you need to have a certain amount of damage. You need to have a certain amount of like HP. You need to have a certain amount of damage reduction. Like, it's difficult to calculate on your own unless you're actively doing the content. And unless you actively have all the resources and all the potential things and you're like, you know, all that stuff. It's really difficult. Because like one of the first big boy raids that came out on Granblue Fantasy, this was before HP was really easy to get. You had like a pretty big HP bar. Like you had to have a certain amount of HP to even really like do anything in the raid. You had to have at least 30k HP, and this was back in the day where like getting 20k HP was a bit difficult. So people that have the resources and are like accessible to them would like kind of figure out what would work and would learn the raid and post their strats. It's kind of like raiding would be in like FF14, you know? Unless you're part of a group that's actively progging, there's no harm in like copying, you know? Yeah, I guess so. Like you can go from a foundation. Like for me, I don't have all the tools accessible for like what I need or what I wanted run in GBF. Like I don't have everything, okay? Like I'm running a pretty scuff grid. My grid is pretty scuff. However, comma, it's like I've gone in on my own and with help from friends to like kind of figure out something that works with what I have. And that's where the theory crafting comes in. You have like a base to work off of. And if you can't completely match the base, it's okay. You can kind of like use workarounds. It just won't be as good, you know? And that's the thing. With Granblue, a lot of it has to do with like how fast you're doing things and how long you're living. And like sometimes it's like this is just what you have to be able to live that long. You can figure it out on your own, but it's like there is a bit of a basis, you know what I mean? You have to have a bit of a base. And you can figure out like magnet grids, but you have to like also know the numbers. And most people that go into Granblue and are like, I'm going to make a quirky and unique grid, don't actually understand how the numbers work. Like they don't bother to look into it. They're like, oh yeah, this makes my little fake damage number go up. Yeah. Exactly. You have a bit of a base, and then if you need to adjust things, you can adjust it, or if new things come out, then you can adjust it from there. That's kind of how Granblue works. Is you kind of have like a base you're working from, and you can fill it and change it as you need. Okay. But yeah, for certain raids, certain roles and stuff, like you're saying, certain roles need to be filled. Like if you don't have this much HP, you're not going to be able to contribute, and actually you can actively sabotage raids. If you're not doing this much damage, you can actively sabotage a raid. So that's why these like kind of bases exist. because people have figured out, hey, this is how you don't sabo playing this. Essentially. Dun 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 dun. I love you. Yeah. It's like I get it. I do get it, wanting to figure out your own stuff. And some people do. And some people come out with like really fun little like quirky grids, but like most of the time the people that play GBF and are like I don't want to follow the general like not rule book, but like follow what is generally considered good. It's like they don't understand how the numbers work. You know? And then at that point it's like you're not doing anything with this grid. Like you gotta at least understand how the game works to be able to make your own grid. And to be able to do that stuff. And I'm like, I don't know the calcs myself. Like you have to know what numbers stack, what supplementals are better, like how do you do this? Like now it's pretty easy. Before it used to, I feel like making grids used to be a lot more complicated. Now it's a lot easier. There's some things where it's like, okay, if you have this in the grid, it caps out at this, so you got to do this. Like all primal grids kind of look the same. Con prep, it's going okay. It's going okay. Okay, let me compare this. This is the old one. I know it doesn't look that much different, but I think it looks better. I don't think I want to add the visor, even though it's part of her look. The grids, yeah, it's pretty, like, you can't fuck her. There's certain stuff where it's like, if you don't have it in this, objectively, you're not going to be doing as much damage. And that's just even for people that don't know what they're doing. It's like, you put this in, it's like, your damage goes up all the time. And about half of your grid is that. Before, people had to get a lot more creative. Like, the cock and ball torture grids, that was a time. That was a time. Okay, have a good day at work, Mega. Thank you for popping in. That com prep is going good, though. She can be bald. I might try and draw the visor. We'll see. But yeah, it's like the cock and ball torture grid was so funny. I think I'm the only person that calls it that, but it's very funny to me. There was a weapon called Chains of Cocytus. So it's abbreviated as COC. And farming that weapon was a pain in the dick, okay? And then it was only relevant for like 2 months. People cooked a little too hard. They're like, oh yeah, this is basically as good as Agni. They're like, this is like copium Agni, okay? This is good. You can run Agni with this grid and it'll be better than Magna, which was true. It was better than like just the standard stuff. It was good. And then they were like, oh yeah, so we're gonna add uncapped to these weapons, which will make Magna good. It'll make the farmable weapon version of this good. And it was like 2 months after the cock grid, the cock and ball torture grid was a thing. So I have people in my crew that farmed out a bunch of these. Like you had to have 4 of them fully uncapped. What was the drop rate for them? Like it was pretty low, wasn't it? Hold on. Prometheus. GBF. So the raid. The drop rate, okay. So if you hosted your raid, which you could only host once a day, I believe. I think it was a once a day. Yeah, it was a once a day host raid, okay? For your host chest specifically, 2.5% drop rate, okay? If you join a raid and you MVP it, meaning you do the most damage, so you get the chest for that, 0.8% drop rate. If you blue chest, okay, which is hitting a specific minimum amount of damage in a raid, 0.5% drop chance, okay? So there's 3 chests you could get it from, okay? 3 chests you could get it from. The host, which you could only get once a day, the MVP, which required you to do the most damage in the raid, which was kind of difficult. Racing that raid was hell back in the day. But even that's only 0.8%. And then the blue chest, which is just hitting mins, which is hitting a minimum damage requirement, 0.5%. So people had to farm out 4 fully uncapped. That's like, what, 16 drops? You had to farm 16 drops at basically 0.5% drop rate per drop. So that was a time. That was a time. And then it was irrelevant. 18, I think it was an 18-man raid. I think it was an 18-man raid. But yeah, you had to hit mins before the thing died, which could sometimes be difficult. But yeah, basically what you do is you go into a raid, you do your mins, and you leave. That's the most efficient way to farm. Because you can only join 3 raids at a time, and they die quick, so it's easier to just do as many as you can. It was always 18. It never got a bump. What's it called? It was also always 18. Anubis. Was it Anubis? Yeah, I think this raid was always... I think the T3s were always 18 people. No, 6 people was Malice. Those were the Malice raids. The Malice raids were 6. And then they got bumped up to 18 and then eventually 30. Anubis was not a 6-man, I promise. My autism, I promise. Listen, it felt like it. I mean, fair enough. That raid sucked. I feel like this takes away from the perspective a little bit. Doesn't it? Like, I'm actually kind of proud of the perspective of this. But I think adding the skirt kind of makes the perspective less, like... I'm not too sure how to add that to keep the perspective the way it is. GBF talk? Yeah, I was talking about cock and ball torture grids. I'm just yapping today. I'm yapping it up. Yeah, I'm not sure how to draw this and keep it looking like... Hold on. Skirt reference. Let's see. Let's see if I can find that kind of... Because the thing is, this is like kind of a different skirt too. I think it would be difficult to kind of... Well, I guess if I could do... Oh, thank you for the follow, Logisticious. I appreciate it. Oh, this particular angle? It's good. Thank you. Yay, we hit 310. Thank you, thank you. The even. Dun, 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 dun. Yippee! I think if I go like this, it would kind of keep the perspective a little bit. But I don't know. I'd kind of have to go, I think, a bit lower here and go like that. Oh my god, thank you for gifting a sub. What the heck? I appreciate it. Logisticious, you're so sweet. Thank you. Hi, Damien. How's it going? Logisticious just comes in here, follows, gifts a sub. Thank you. You're so sweet. Wait, sub goal too. I think going like that. Could work. No, I don't think that works. I'm just lurking. Thank you. You're so sweet. Yeah, we gotta change it. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Enjoy your lurk. I need to figure out the skirt. I need to because it's the angle, because it's like this. What if I just hold on? I'm gonna just draw the skirt and then fuck around with it. Hold on. I'm gonna put it on a different layer though. Like if I go like that. Dun 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 da 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 dun 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 dun. FF14 music is back. Yippee! I want to play FF14. I want to craft. I want to gather. I want to be back in, not Eureka. I want to be back in Boja. Take me back. Thank you for the hand stretch. I will do that. Blah. Then do it. I have too much I need to do. Playing around with the ellipses. Oh, that's smart. Okay. Yeah, that is smart. I'm probably gonna go with this and like, because I got the update for CSP. Shadowbringers, yeah, fair enough. Endwalker's good. Shadowbringers is Peem though. Boja, I need to finish my weapon. Yeah, I got the new update for CSP, so I spent the money on it. So I was like, this shit is so good. It was like $20. So I was like, I'm doing this. I think that works. And I quit. They were really phoning. Yeah. For the hem of the skirt, since the front would look higher. Oh, I see. And then I can add the back of the skirt here. And that would kind of like... Yeah, I see what you mean. Thank you. That works. I think that looks really good, actually. But yeah, you can look at this. Look, can I show you? Can I show you the new update? So, no. Oh my God, I appreciate it. I'm so bad at perspective. So look at this. Look at these new features. I was like, I have to. This is so good. Puppet warp. So you can go, okay, no, I want to be cancel. No, okay. So I'm going to go and just click on the folder itself. Edit, puppet warp. I should be able to move more than just a skirt. No. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, because vector layers. The other stuff, you can't do that for vector layers. Okay. So I'll show this because I didn't use vector layers for these. So look at this. Transform. Puppet warp. So look, there's like a mesh here. And you can grab different parts and like move them. So if I want to move the foot and stuff, I have to figure out how to use this properly. I can just grab that and kind of like adjust it. So you can actually move different separate parts, kind of like L2D. Yeah, it's really cool. I was like, $20, I will do this. There's that, and you can draw in 3D models now, which is also great for perspective, because you can draw in the 3D models and adjust like what position you're looking in. So it helps a lot for people that struggle. Have content aware scale? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's really good for adjusting sketches and stuff. I've really been enjoying it. For me, it was worth the $20 because I really, like I said, I struggle a lot with like perspective and anatomy and like things just not looking right. You know what I mean? Like I do struggle with that quite a bit. So having a kind of quick fix to it is really nice. Mm. Bam, 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 ba, da, dum, da, 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 da. This VTuber's gonna be at that con that I'm going to soon, so I was like, I want to draw her. Moika. I also just love her design. Her design is really good. Dun, 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 dun. So she has the hearts here. Like that. And then some like little puff balls. This is also FF14. Yeah, it's so good. It really does. Make merch. Yeah, I feel like most of the merch I make of VTubers, I mean, I don't want to say it's smaller creatives because I make a lot of like I've made merch for a lot of like bigger indies, but I haven't made a whole lot for Corpo. I made some Niji Sanji stuff in the past, a little bit, just because of my Oshi from then. But then I was like, I heard artists were getting harassed at conventions for drawing Niji. Do we know? I do know Grimmy. I've seen them. Their design is so cool. Oh, it wasn't okay. No, I didn't. I just drew fan art. It wasn't like I didn't work for Niji Sanji. I just drew fan art of the VTubers. I don't like. I didn't ever worked for them. I'm sorry. I just made merch like fan art. Let me double check. I think it's a new one that I know. Yeah, this one. I like this design. I follow them on Twitter. They're really cool. This one. Yeah, yeah. She went to Dami Mommy. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna take a looky. A little look-see. Yeah, I don't know Grimmy's old stuff. Oh, I see. I see their old design. Okay. I see it. Yeah, I only know the modest one. But yeah, they were doing some sus stuff, you know? Yeah. It's so cool. That's a cool design too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it kind of like for me, I put my Niji stuff on sale because I was like, I don't want to get harassed. A lot of my friends were getting harassed at conventions too. A lot of my artist friends, it was kind of bad. Like not even for Niji, just like random stuff they were getting harassed for. Has it? That's good. I mostly feel really bad for the talents. You know what I mean? That was my main gripe I had was like I don't know, man. Everything sucked and the whole situation sucked, but I'm like, let's not be we can hate a company without hating the talents or being mean to them or harassing them. Basically telling them to die. It was really bad. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's her new one. Okay. Hold on, is a modest one. Okay, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Grimmy's cool. Yeah, people were really bad. I felt bad. Yeah. A lot of people were, and I don't blame them. Like I said, I had a friend, okay. Like I don't know what's in the water lately, but one of my cuz I table at a lot of conventions, right? So one of my friends that also does a lot of tabling, we were just chatting. I had a few people that were just like being really weird. Like just like kind of rude, which is like it happens. But usually my experiences at conventions are really good. Um, but one of my friends came up to me and was like, "Yeah, so she's like the sweetest. She's so sweet. She's so quiet. Like she's really nice, and she just kind of like doesn't really like. She's a really quiet person too. So she just kind of like someone came up to her table and was like cosplaying a character from JJK, and they were like yelling at her for not drawing the character they were cosplaying. And she was like, I just drew the characters I liked. like like and the dude was just standing there yelling at her and like nobody was intervening and I was like, what the heck? What the heck goes on? Why didn't anyone intervene? I would have definitely intervened if I was there. But like I was at my own table, right? So but I'm also like I've gotten to the point in my life where I don't tolerate bullshit anymore at all. For better or worse, I really do not tolerate any sort of bullshit anymore. Um or I would have at the very least been like, "Hey, how's it going?" or like pretended not to know her and be like, "Oh, I want to buy your merchandise." You know what I mean? To get the person to stop, like so that she'd basically have an excuse to ignore him. It wasn't Gojo. She drew Gojo. I don't know who it was. Biggest mistake. Yeah, yeah. Like animes become too normy. Animes become too normy. Back in my day, you got made fun of for watching anime. Hag alert. Truly hag alert. Yeah, it kind of has. It is really cringe to say out loud, but I'm like, I don't know. Conventions used to be kind of like a safe space where all nerds and stuff could like kind of get together and like enjoy the same things together. But now I feel like conventions aren't as like comfortable as they used to be. But I think it's just the boomer in me talking and being like, back in my day, I think it's really cool on one token to see a lot more people kind of like embrace quote unquote cringe interests. I quite like it. It makes me happy that more people are embracing like stuff that what used to be seen as like kind of cringe. But God, it's made the community so much worse in so many ways. Like when people got made fun of for watching Sailor Moon, and somehow everyone, yeah, exactly. Yeah, same with games and stuff. Exactly. Exactly. Video games, okay, I have hot takes when it comes to video games though and where they've gone. Like I feel like before video games were meant to be like experiences and stuff. How do I say this? They were like very much just like meant to be experienced. But nowadays it's like they've turned into like they are trying to appeal to the masses a little bit. Like they're kind of making it like triple A like movies. more like a movie rather than like an experience slash game. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Does that make sense at all? Does that make sense? They're going more like the movie route to make it more palatable to like a wider audience than going for like a game. Yeah. Yeah, the more focused the content is, it's true. I think that's the problem with some games getting like too popular and like having too many like AAA actors in games. It's like, while I love some of these actors, I'm like, can we pay voice actors for this stuff? These people aren't voice actors. Not to be mean, but I feel like I feel like it's a completely different skill set, being a good voice actor and being a good normal actor. You know what I mean? It's a hit and run. Keanu Reeves in one more game. Listen, I love Keanu Reeves, but God, please. Please. Please, give me more people. Oh, Lord. Double cross from neon pills. Let him take a break, truly. I think it's fine for like I said, actors loving video games. That's cool. I'm like, I do think it's like nice how much more accepting. Yeah, he was in what's it called? Death Stranding. The game genres these days are cinematic, AAA with disappointing editing, refresh, farming sim, trying to be over Harvest Moon. Yeah, a little bit. Or like, there's the occasional gem. Like, you know what I mean? There are gems, and I feel like though most of those gems come from indie devs. You know what I mean? We love indie devs. Yeah, people trying to rebuild on nostalgia. Yeah, it's like there's not. But I think the longer time goes on, the harder it is to come up with a unique idea, you know, because everything's been done. I feel like that's why Hollywood is in the place it is at right now too. You know, like it's hard to be unique when a lot of concepts have already been done. That's why people go and like kind of just redo classics, which I don't like. I'm looking at you, Disney. Stop it. The new Lilo and Stitch looks like dog shit. I don't want it. Nobody asked for it. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that. Indie games are more worth playing. This is why retro games rule. Yeah. I love retro games. I find they have a lot more like charm to them. I feel like you can make thousands of interesting things with the same concept. I guess so. Yeah, it's true. It's just like people are too focused on like what's popular and what's doing well. Like a game like Phasmophobia does well, and then there's a bunch of games just like it coming out. You know? And it's just like, I understand putting a twist on it, but people are so focused on like what's new and popular and what people like that like it's people rather than focusing on their own creativity are trying harder to like bank off of an existing like successful idea. Web fishing does look cute. Yeah, nostalgia well has kind of dried up. Games are, yeah, exactly. Passion projects always do way better, in my opinion, are always way more fun to play. There's still a lot of medium studios putting out good stuff, but I think usually they just, yeah, exactly. Web fishing, it's really not true. Everything else is, all, yeah, I mean, yeah. Try new things, yeah. Exactly. A lot of the time, most AAA games seem buggy as hell, too. It's crazy. And I like the Yakuza does. Yeah, exactly. And people, you can tell when people have passion for the things they're doing. I think that's just like a general thing, though. Like even streamers, you can tell when they actually enjoy streaming versus like trying to profit off of it. You know what I mean? I think in general, content that is made out of love will always be more entertaining than content that is made out of like trying to be successful. I think that's just a normal thing. Mostly I played AAA game recently and aside from having trouble. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, AAA games are also fucking expensive. I talked about this earlier. For me, I think I've talked about this. I think pirating and emulating, as long as if you like a game and you want to support them, I don't think games should be limited to like how rich or how much money you have. Okay, I think everybody should be able to enjoy games as a medium. And if your enjoyment of games comes from a way that's like not purchasing them outright, then that doesn't make you any less of a gamer. Fuck you. Why would you do this? I think torrenting is always morally correct. Pirating. But if you like a game, you should buy it and support it. I've done that before where I've played a game. I wasn't sure if I would like it. And then I wound up loving it. And I was like, I will support it. I throw my money at it. That's how it was with Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney, the first time I played it, I played 1 and 3 on my PC on the Decimal May. And then I also played, I listen. I think it's fine. And then afterwards, when they got an official release and the games became more accessible, I bought it on 3 different platforms. 3 platforms. Do I accept Steam gifts? Stop it. Yeah, exactly. I think that's fine. And there are game devs that also support that, and I think that's awesome. Because not everybody can afford games. I don't think that should mean they don't get to experience or enjoy them. But do you? If you want. Ugh. I think gatekeeping people because with money is like loser behavior. 3 different platforms. Yeah, I think gatekeeping people from stuff because they don't have enough money to do it is like just not. It's icky. For me, it's icky. Classist. Yeah, I think everyone deserves to indulge in media, to experience media. I don't think it should be limited to certain people. And power of interpersonal marketing. Exactly. Especially as someone not involved at all. Like, what? Exactly. Like, some people are like, oh my God, why are you doing this? Like, some people hate that with a passion. And it's like, okay, I can understand in some cases. Like, small indie devs, I'm always like, if you can support them, please do. Like, rather than torrenting them games. But also a lot of indie devs are like, I just like that people like my game. You like my game enough to play it. Thank you. And typically, I feel like most people that do end up pirating games buy at some point if they like it. At least most of the people I know have done that. Or they pirate games that are just not accessible anymore. Like some games, Nintendo is horrendous with this. They are absolutely the worst offender of this. With having the games being oh, it is up. Fuck. But Nintendo is the worst offender of this, of having their games being literally inaccessible and then bitching when people torrent. It's like, of course. Like, my brother in Christ, I can't even play this game normally unless I want to spend $1,000 from a secondhand person. I want to spend it, Exactly. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. That game is so fucking expensive. It used to be expensive, and I never bought it before because of how expensive it was, but it's like gotten worse. How do you expect people to enjoy games? I know there are people though that are like very stingy when it comes to like that stuff. I don't get it. But To each their own. On Nintendo side, because yeah, exactly. And Stretch, thank you. I can bum your copy, thank God. But worst case scenario, I just like, you know, Yara hard, fiddle dee dee. Like, Gavin was right there. It is. It is. Exactly. It's just like money. It's like your game is too expensive for me. It's not accessible. And that's in a lot of ways, not even just like for old games. Games have gotten so expensive nowadays that it's like literally made gaming inaccessible for a lot of people. And I don't think people should be gatekept or not allowed to game simply because they can't afford it. Games are fucking expensive. Hot hashtag socialist take. Pirate software. Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Dun 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 dun. I have a feeling Switch 2 games are gonna try and up the prices. Nintendo. Nintendo. Listen, one of my things that I liked about Nintendo unsubbing. Oh no. I'm gonna get called out on twitter.com. Listen, I just think people deserve basic human rights. Yeah, conceptually, yeah, exactly. We're in late stage capitalism, baby. That's the reason. That's the reason. This is late stage capitalism working as it should, as it's intended to. For me, like I said, I think there are some basic human rights that people should be afforded. I said that earlier. I don't think that's too hot of a take. I think eat the rich. No, it depends. Depends on who the rich is. It depends. It depends. And we're not going to go any further than that. So many gamers hate Nintendo these days, but logic is pretty basic, and then other companies to focus on. Exactly. They still do produce good games at the very least, and they still like. For me, the games that they do produce are usually still passion projects at the very least. Yeah, it's true. Late stage. I feel like we're entering some post late stage capitalism. Certain rich people. I think if we just redistribute wealth a little bit, the world would be a better place. Oh my god. Am I saying too much? The expansion pack. The expansion pack also costs money, like The Sims. Would you guys pirate the late stage capitalism expansion? Be honest. I would. Actually, I don't think it's worth pirating, you know? So how many new maps and game mods? I feel like there would be less maps. You have less access to stuff. From hating communism, it's me over. Listen, I'm not. I just think people should be afforded basic human rights. That's all. I've said this before. Maybe this is a hot take too. I'm talking too much. Please don't unfollow me. But I think personally, I think some like I think there's some stuff that works really well in a vacuum. You know? Like I think ideas like socialism and communism work really well in a vacuum. Okay, like without any sort of external forces, without any sort of like human hubris and greed. Nuke the VOD. I think in a vacuum, it seems like an ideal world. However, we are not in a vacuum, and humans are inherently inherently, I don't want to say greedy or bad. I want to believe that humans are inherently kind, but there's altruism. There's altruism, but most of all, people just kind of look out for themselves. Um, and I think giving one person that amount of power, it would never end up well. It doesn't. There's historical examples of it not ending up well. So ultimately, despite it, in a sense, in my brain, I think in a vacuum, this is a great idea. Okay, in a vacuum, if we're just to take away everybody's personality traits and like what makes humans human, I know I have been. I'm trying to figure out what else I want to do. If we take all that away, yeah, this is awesome. It works. But this isn't this. It doesn't. It doesn't work. It doesn't. And unfortunately, that's just it is what it is. You know what I mean? Get us to this. I'm sorry. Because I think people should torrent video games if they can't afford it. That's how we got to this, I think. But yeah, I think as a whole, yeah, that's my opinion on things. If you want to know my opinion on politics, there we go. Not a political streamer, by the way. I just think that like shrimps is bugs exactly. I think people should be allowed to live and exist and live comfortably, just as a like just be able to exist. You know, I think everyone should have a roof over their head and food in their stomach. But like I said, it just doesn't. It only works in a vacuum. Yeah, yeah. I think as long as people are allowed to exist and like I said, just a roof over their head and food in their stomach, that's what I think. That's what I think. I don't think that's a hot take. Some people think that's a hot take, but I don't. Maybe it could be a hot take. Yeah, I'm like, I just want to, at the end of the day, I don't need to be super rich. I don't want to be like, I mean, being super rich means that you don't struggle with stuff, which is nice. But at the end of the day, as long as I'm like able to live comfortably, that's all I care about. Listen, I don't even care enough to be comfy. Yeah, exactly. As long as I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, as long as I have like a roof overhead, food in my mouth, like in my stomach, and I'm not worrying about money constantly. I think as a basic human right, that should be something. But I know that's, like I said, that's kind of a hot take, I feel, nowadays. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Canada's gotten really bad with rent and stuff too, in particular. No rent control, or at least Ontario. There's like literally no rent control. And people are like getting evicted for like no reason, simply so that they can do upgrades to the place, quote unquote, and then like re-rent it out for triple the price. Canada in general? Okay. I didn't know if it was just Ontario or Canada. Exactly. Wisdom gecko. I'm yapping a lot about politics. I don't know if that's a good thing. You guys don't leave me. You guys don't leave. Politics streamer. Oh god. Please no. Does the hat look okay, by the way? I don't know if I vibe with it, but I feel like it needs to be there. I'm really not trying to be the next big socialist streamer, I promise. I might actually hold on, I might take this thingy to this as well. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being a lot. I just have thoughts and beliefs. I think it's just like I don't know how other people are content seeing people suffer. You know what I mean? I think in general, I'm not happy. I'm not content with seeing people suffering and dying. Like basically it's preventable if the system worked better for people. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's problematic. I fear it might be nowadays. CSP, I have the most recent one. It's really good. It's really good. I know some people find that problematic because even like my mom to an extent and my grandpa, they're like, "Oh, I had to work like this." It's like just because you had to work like that doesn't mean it's okay. You know? It doesn't mean it's okay. You were taken advantage of, and that's not okay. You know? you work really hard, and for what? So other people make money off of you? Content is a big word in this context. I'm not content with it. I just don't have any means to change it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, I've always said, like, if I was a billionaire, I simply wouldn't be. I think that's why I don't have what it takes to be, like, mega rich. Because I'm like, I think if I had that much expendable income, I would be giving it to causes and to charity and stuff. The people that have that much money, they have it because they hoard it, you know? Simply, I think I just would not be, simply speaking. Expendable heat lamp? Yeah, I mean, okay. With the income, I would get you guys a better heat lamp if I had that much income. But, it's like I would donate my money. And that's also why I'm like, I will never be mega rich. I will literally never be mega rich because I would donate my money to charity. As long as I have enough to live comfortably, that's all I need. So it'd be literally impossible for me to be a billionaire. Kindness is a rare pensive? A little bit. I hate you? I don't. I promise. I promise I don't. I'm just like, yeah, I think as long as like I said, as long as I'm able to live comfortably, I think any extra income would probably go towards helping other people live comfortably. One heat lamp, yeah. Just one. God, I'm yapping a lot. I'm so sorry. Dun, 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 dun. Listen, I'd get you guys a bigger enclosure as well. All right? You can get a bigger enclosure as well. Not that much bigger, though. Just enough space so you guys aren't like. Actually, no. No, you guys don't get a bigger enclosure. I want to see you guys yowie it up. I want to see you guys crammed in the thing and forced to cuddle with each other. No heat lamp. I want you guys to cuddle for warmth. Mini May yowie. Oh. Well, here it goes. I'll sit in the cuck. I'll sit in the cuck chair. I'll sit in the cuck chair. Dun dun dun. Want us to touch tails? Yeah, do it. Can I watch? Okay, Popo, pudding gets her own little space. Okay, pudding is not with you guys. Pudding gets her own little space because I love her. I'm showing favoritism again. She has a partner. Her and her partner can have their own terrarium. Every streamer I said he says that. I have 2 nickels, which isn't many. Touch tails? Yeah, do it. I don't want to be in there either, TVH. Too bad. Everyone else get in the small enclosure. Cry my style, cry my heart in such uncommon places. Is that your mind? Yakuni nen toki hajimaru. I spent this whole time cleaning up my line art. I just realized this whole stream has just been me working on my line art. That's okay, I got a lot done. I like it a lot now. Get ready, wake yourself up, Mom. All right, I think I should probably call it here. I think we got a lot done. I do, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Open. Prints other. I have this one, which is either going to be single prints or like one long print. I also have another doodle for a print. This is for my con next week. Lol, Lamau even. I do have a lot of stuff planned though. Yeah. This is literally for next week. The mob is staying frustrated, aren't you? Is this the time I break through it? Grind my life, grind my style, grind my heart in such uncommon places. Next week? Yeah. Yeah, I can. I have a local print shop that can get my prints done in a day. We should draw together. I'm down. Gotta run. Have a good day. You guys too. I think I'm gonna call it here. I think now is a good time to call it. I have like 2 prints I want to finish at least, and I'm probably gonna make prints of my chibis. He does a little procrastinating. I didn't realize. I thought this con was at the end of the month. I thought this was at the end of April, not at the beginning. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the follows and the subs. I appreciate it. Thank you. You kept telling me to draw? Yes, but listen, I thought my con was later. Otsukame. Thank you for tuning in and chilling with me and working with me if you guys were working. I don't know if you guys were working. Yeah, thank you. Is anyone live? Is there anyone to raid? All right. Anyone I know following? Any oomphs live? Doesn't look like it. Oshiete gomennasai, hokunai yo. Thank you for stream one of these days. You should. You should stream. Oh, hi, Nani. Thank you for tuning in. Hello. This is another Milgram song. You guys should go listen to Milgram. Watch Milgram if you haven't. Let's see. Anybody live? Anyone I know? Or any artists drawing fun stuff? Let's see. I'm taking so long to decide that by the time I decide, I feel like most of you are going to be gone. I'm trying. I'm indecisive. Similar or smaller in size. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Let's see if I can find someone smaller. This person seems to have kind of cool artwork. Why is what is this stream? This is so insanely chaotic. What is going on here? You know, this person, they're so chaotic. Baksad? Everyone had bat until I choose. They're kind of drawing something a little spicy though, so maybe I don't read this person. Okay, let me see. B0X0D. Oh, they're streaming Monster Hunter though. Ciao ciao. I kind of want to find someone that's doing artwork, I think. Let's see if I can find any artists. People that are drawing right now. This person's BRB says, BRB taking a piss. Oh, okay. They draw a lot of bug girls? Hold on. You said bug girls? They're playing Monster Hunter. Do people want to watch Monster Hunter? Ooh, their model's really cool. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's raid them. Let's raid Baksad, okay? You guys ready for that? You guys want to do that? You want to raid Baksad? Just send like May loves or green hearts, okay? Depending on if you're subbed or not. All right? Send them some love. Otsukami. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'm gonna start raid. Okay. Otsukami, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for chilling with me. I appreciate it. Okay? I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Otsukami. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.